I see Puff reach into this case. And when he reached into this case, he came out and you could see something white in his hand. I didn't know it was a bird. I didn't know what it was at first. But he threw it up in the air. And when he threw it in the air, the came straight back down like it was a brick and said, "Bow" on the concrete. I looked in the distance and it's this man in all black. He's in all black. And he turns and it looked like he had the white collar and he kept on walking. So when Puff get directly to the dude, he gets down on his knees. When he gets down on his knees, this man takes something and it seemed like it had smoke in it and he started doing it around Puff.
This occurred just hours before a court trial over a shooting that would have freed Diddy and put Shine in jail.
I was defending him and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me.
According to Erykah Badú, that was not the only instance. She is pulling aside the curtain in addition to speaking up.
Beautiful instrument. Very low frequency, good for the lower chakra.
Because Erykah is more than simply another witness to the mystique of the music industry. She may have witnessed everything because she is the high priestess. The majority of people's attention was on Diddy's well-practiced public apology video, including its tone, lighting, and timing. Everything seemed calculated.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I hit rock bottom.
It was not Diddy's delivery that startled them even more. It was the one who defended him in the comments. Erykah Badú was the name nobody was expecting to see beneath the footage. Many fans thought Erykah's message was too gentle, too forgiving, and too public. Erykah is the same artist who is renowned for her spiritual depth and deliberate silence. The gesture was recognized by someone who is typically enigmatic and reserved. The remark sparked criticism, and not only casual admirers were perplexed. It was Badú's longtime followers who started to doubt her intentions. She may have been merely trying to maintain harmony, according to some. Since so few celebrities ventured to defend Diddy when the lawsuit began to pile up, others thought it was something else. She did, however, and it sparked a different question, one that was more about her than Diddy. For years, there has been a whispered rumor that Erykah Badú and Diddy are closer than most people think. As others retreated, many who had followed her career began to question why she seemed to show him so much love. There were no overt declarations, interviews, or obvious connections, just a sense of familiarity and intensity, as though she had seen aspects of him that others had not. Some even started to speculate as to what Andre 3000 might make of this. He was present when Erykah rose after all. He saw her influence increase and her relationships change. Andre might have already sensed this too if the reports about how Erykah's energy transforms people are accurate, not only about her, but also about the men in her life. Now, her name is once again in the center of everything. You see, the public began to speculate without a viral photo. However, there is one. It is an old photo of Sean Diddy Combs and Erykah Badú posing together at a business function. It is not a party, not a show, just a silent moment that has greater significance now than it did back then. Nobody gave it any thought at the moment. That picture feels like a puzzle piece to me now. For what reason had she entered his group in the first place? It is no secret that Erykah Badú has always taken a unique approach to her career. She is not the artist you see on the red carpet or at every awards ceremony. She is purposeful when she appears. This is why there is a very specific question raised by her closeness to Diddy. Was she merely one of his peers, or even more? For years, there have been rumors that certain people in the entertainment industry view Erykah as a spiritual figure.
One of my favorite instruments or tools I like to use are tuning forks. This is a specially crafted, double-ended, giant tuning fork that I really love. They're delta waves on one side, beta on the other.
The term High Priestess is used as a title and a role rather than as an insult. She brings influence, according to some, and grounding, according to others. However, the theory becomes more sinister when it comes to Diddy. According to internet rumors, Erykah might have occupied a more spiritual role in Diddy's inner circle. Sacred, yet not necessarily romantic. Sacred in a sense that only people in high places can comprehend. Sacred in a way that raises the question of what customs or behaviors, if any, she may have observed behind behind closed doors. There is no confirmation of this, not the position of the priestess, not the rites that take place behind the scenes. However, it is understandable why followers would inquire after witnessing the development of her spiritual character over time. You have undoubtedly heard about Gene Deal if you have kept up with Diddy's scandals. He is not a fan, and he is not a blogger. He was present, a former bodyguard of Diddy, a person who has witnessed things that most others would find unbelievable. Even the doubters were shaken by what he revealed in one of his most terrifying interviews. Gene claimed that he and Diddy had a stop at Central Park just prior to the 1999 club shooting trial, which resulted in rapper Shine's downfall. Diddy remained silent. All he did was tell Gene to wait. At that point, he approached a man wearing all black.
I look in the distance, and it's this man in all black. He's in all black. And he turns, and it looked like he had the white collar, and he kept on walking. So when Puff gets directly to the dude, he gets down on his knees. When he gets down on his knees, this man takes something, and it seemed like it had smoke in it, and he started doing it around Puff.
The man carried out a ceremony of sorts. Smoke, motions, silence. Subsequently, Diddy extracted a white bird from a case, a dove. It landed directly to the pavement after he flung it into the air, dead. The bird struck the concrete like a brick, according to Deal.
I see Puff reach into this case, and when he reached into this case, he came out, and you could see something white in his hand. I didn't know it was a bird. I didn't know what it was at first. But he threw it up in the air. And when he threw it in the air, it came straight back down like it was a brick and said, "Bow" on the concrete.
It was not only strange to him, it was sacrificial, perhaps even spiritual. Diddy remained silent for the rest of it. He simply made his way back to the vehicle and went to court. Shine received a sentence hours later, while Diddy was exonerated. Fans have been tormented by that narrative for years, not because it establishes guilt, but rather because it demonstrates purpose, vigor, and faith in something outside of the courtroom. Something that felt, smelt, and looked like a ritual. Now that narrative did not mention Erykah Badú by name. She was not present. She does not have a direct link. Her name continued coming up though, as the public began to question who might have been aware of these purported rites. As someone who has long been connected to mysticism, spiritual practice, and otherworldly influence. Not as a participant, not even as an observer. That is the problem. The distinction between belief and actuality becomes hazy when ritual speaking is involved. People do not need concrete evidence for someone like Erykah, who embraces the spiritual both in public and privately. They just require a feeling. Whether it is fair or not, assumptions are made when the tone aligns with the narrative. Anyway, Gene Deal had previously claimed to have seen Diddy's odd practices. Deal claims that Diddy threw a 3-day celebration following Kim Porter's passing that was more about power than it was about grief. He said it coincided with the winter solstice and happened around Kim's birthday. It was more than a celebration. Deal claimed that it was a moon ceremony, the honoring of idols, and the use of pagan energies. Additionally, men are accused of performing ritualistics as part of the offering on the last night, which is a horrific behavior.
Kim Porter's birthday was on the same day. And people was thinking that because of Puff gave his birthday party on her birthday. But it was bigger than that, and people don't understand.
After Kim's untimely and terrible death in 2018, it appeared to the public to be a memorial and a tribute to her life. However, there was something worse, a ceremony, an offering to deal with and to those who trust him. The timing only added to the eerie atmosphere. Kim Porter was discovered deceased at home a few weeks before to that celebration. Pneumonia was the official cause. She was just 47. Conspiracy theories would be sparked by that story alone. However, connections begin to form when Erykah Badú is included. Fair or not, because she was already being discussed in whispers before anyone connected her name to Diddy's purported practices. In that sense, there is something unique about her, but not in a bad way. Her songs sounded more than just religious. It had the feel of a spell. Her interviews, always mysterious. She was there. unmistakable, and she began to be referred to as a witch, whether she liked the term or not. A healer, a power, call it what you will, the idea was obvious. Erykah Badú was not your typical neo-soul performer. She was a completely different person. Stories started to accumulate over time. At one point, Glasses Malone acknowledged that her beauty had mesmerized him, all set to steal the show at an awards ceremony, until Birdman intervened. This is out of caution, not jealousy. She is a witch, Birdman told him bluntly. Glasses also did not dismiss it with a joke. He gave in.
So I start to get up, grab my shoulder. He's like, hey man, don't do that. I'm like, why not? You think I could have her, nigga? You sound crazy, but I could get her. I got up. He's like, nah, he grabbed me again. He's like, man, she like a witch or something, man.
Then there were the rappers who made light of Erykah's transformation, but they were not being serious. 50 Cent once remarked,
Like, you know what I'm saying? She gonna do what she wanna do.
Only person other than her is Erykah Badú.
She have dudes wearing crocheted hats.
They come back different. I don't even want that kind of. Keep that.
men would start dressing like monks and donning turbans after dating her, Cameron said. Jay Electronica, Andre 3000, and Common. Erykah leaned toward the pattern, which was difficult to ignore. Her essence was the scent of the incense she made. It sold out right away. Constructed the spiritual music studio Badú, which is equipped with frequency-altering sound beds, tuning forks, saunas, and haunted pianos. In her mouth, she even wore a tuning fork grill. According to her, it governs the surroundings. She has publicly discussed how her presence transforms others. In an interview with Tamron Hall in 2023, she stated,
My magic doesn't lie between my thighs, it lies between my ears.
Although the audience cheered, the sentence conveyed more than most people realized. Erykah was the owner of the koi, not the player. Her force, her vigor, her impact. Therefore, it was not surprising for some admirers to bring up Diddy's name when they learned about the sinister customs around her. Erykah has always been associated with the mysterious, the invisible, and the vibe, not because they had proof. Erykah also did not need to say much in a world where silence speaks louder than words, and appearance is everything. The myth was already in existence. Not everyone was in agreement when the rumors began to implicate Erykah Badú. Some thought she was being forced into a story she had not requested. She never said Diddy performed rituals after all. She did not release any video. She did not accuse anyone. She merely posted a comment. That is all it takes to ignite a storm in 2024, though. One of Erykah's harshest detractors has been Jaguar Wright, another somebody who has a reputation for exposing business secrets. According to her, Erykah once preserved placentas from births, including those of Summer Walker's, that she assisted in delivering. She even charged her with chanting near graves. Wright continued after that. By referring to Daniel Jones's death as a sacrifice, she implied Erykah was to blame. No accusations, no evidence. Like everything else in this case, however, the charges remained in people's memories. Afterward, there is Andre 3000. Although he has not mentioned Diddy in public, his career looked to change once he and Erykah separated up. His spiritual quest, his silence, and his struggle with social anxiety. Some people question whether his metamorphosis was magical as well as emotional. All of that, of course, is conjecture. This is the only information we have. Erykah openly backed Diddy. She has a lengthy and extensive history of being associated with spiritual activities. Additionally, almost every male she has encountered has been impacted by her aura, whether it is genuine, imagined, or a combination of the two. What is the truth then? Is she the secret priestess of Diddy, a healer misunderstood, or simply someone who said too little because they were too near to anything sinister? Facts are not necessary for the court of popular opinion, yet we may never know the true answer. Anyway, everyone, that concludes this video.